may I introduce Katsy, our fellow volunteers.
Hello, hello.
Sige. Okay. Are you ready to this? So, yeah. Katsy will be taken over by Marco for the timekeeping. I will just set this up. 10 minutes. Start.
Hi, everyone. So my talk is very chill compared to the industry critique and the robotic board game, but it's basically 5 oddly specific UI UX Icks and what would be hotter instead. Short background, I am a product designer that works for a US-based tech startup. That's kind of all you need to know for this slide. Disclaimer, these are just personal design opinions. They're not going to apply 100% of the time as well. So always make sure to study your users and their objectives and test. Okay, the first icky thing is when the website hover menu insists on playing hard to get. So I hope this loads, it's a GIF, but the example is when, I'm sure you all experienced this, when you're on a website and then you go to the menu and then it's like, you know, like it goes down and then you have to look, especially when it's a multi-nested menu and then you have to go, and then your cursor moves off and then you have to go all the way back to the start. Oh my God, the worst. So my GIF is not loading, but I was playing tag with the critique menu. What is hot instead is click menus. Again, my GIF is not loading, but it is a sidebar menu that has a multi-level nested menu, but then when you click it, it opens solidly in another sidebar. Again, this doesn't apply all the time. If you have a mega menu that's open, a lot of the times the problem is the interaction aspect. If you have a very long loading and your cursor goes away from it, it goes back up. So just test and make sure that you don't have to fight to open the menu.
Let's pause for a bit. I just want to check.
The internet?
No, that's not it. But anyway, sorry.
That's okay. I can just talk.
Okay.
And I have others that aren't moving. Okay. The second ick is when I check the back transfer details that many times, and by the time I confirm, the session has expired. So,
BPI,
I'm so sorry. Also, if you work for them, I'm so sorry. I mean nothing personal. It's just a user suggestion. So, as a running person, I like to check so many times before. I always bring my phone next to it. I check every single number. I do this over and over again just to make sure. You don't want to transfer 20,000 pesos to the wrong account. I'm sweating just thinking about it. And then this also applies for when booking flights. You don't want to book something that's next year or to a different country. So I always make sure to check again and again. And this, if you work at PBI, I love you. I'm sorry, but this happens to me constantly when I check, and then I always get locked. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to type all of that again. So hot is countdown timers for time-sensitive sessions. Sometimes this is pressuring for users. It depends on what you're doing, but when it comes to, obviously, finance transactions are, you need to be secure with those. You don't want people to hackerman your transaction. So it's best to have, for people like me, countdown timers, so I know how many seconds I have left to check the number for the 40th time, right? My third ick is when I want to send a specific screenshot from 6 months ago to the group chat, but there's no search bar, so I need to scroll for 5 days. Yeah, the ickiness is no search function, a huge library. So in fairness, it's Telegram. In fairness, Telegram has a time chip, but I ran into this yesterday. You're in the GC. Everyone's popping off. You're like, oh my God, I've got a good meme for you. Just wait. And you open it and you're like, shit, that was from 2 months ago. And you have to scroll to find it. There are these albums, but sometimes you just want to be able to type cat meme stressed, and then it shows up, which other photo apps can do. So hot is search functions and scroll trips with time indicators. Google Photos does this, where you can search text specifically. I think you can do it now on the Photos app as well. So love that. And Telegram at least has the time scroll trip that you can go. So if you remember, I downloaded that meme in August of 2022. You can go and look for it if you wanted to. All right. The fourth ick that I have is when I need to read the modal window copy 4 times to process what's asked of me. these are some examples that I found on the internet. This first one says, save changes and you have unsaved changes. Do you want to continue? And then there's body text. There are unsaved changes. We didn't know that. If you leave this tab, you lose your changes. And then there are 3 buttons: continue editing, discard changes, and save. And I just look at it like, what is it want me to do? What is it trying to, it's like it's trying to tell me something. And then the second one was from just the other day. I was standing up for a restock to a bathing suit, and it just repeated the same sentence like 5 times. It's like, notify me when available. We'll notify you when this product is back in stock. It has the product, as the size, my email. Send me emails, checkbox, notify me when available. And then we don't share your information with others. So I'm just gonna break down how I would fix these if I was a designer. Just make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. So I have 2 examples here. One is a positive tone in action, and one is a negative tone in action. And it really depends on kind of like what your objective is, like what the main action you want your user to take is. So in this example, the positive one, the copy is save changes, so direct, you want to save your changes. Then I put 3 elements on it. This is optional depending on what you want your user to do. It takes you back to editing. So let's say the example is you're editing a document, and then you press exit. Save changes, exit goes back to the document, save, exit and save, don't save, exit without saving. So much simpler than the 5,000 things you saw on the other one. And then the negative tone, again, depends on what you want your user to do. In this one, discard draft. So same thing, takes you back, yes, discard, or brings you to name the draft if you say, no, I want to discard it. So this is deceptively simple to do. Like, when you're like, what do I want the user to do, and what do these buttons do? There's another one my sister showed me when I was presenting this to her to practice. It was like, do you want to confirm your appointment? And then there was cancel, or exiting will confirm, basta. There was something, and she was like, I don't understand, is cancel gonna cancel the appointment? Is it gonna confirm my canceling? Oh my gosh. So simple, but you have to be very careful when signing votes. This one is the notification one, is just please send your email. We'll send you an email when this thing is back in stock, email address, sign up. Don't make me read 5,000 things and be like, okay, what am I gonna do if I press this button? This is my last one. It's an icky wombo combo. Is when I just want to know which room is available and I have to go through your entire inventory. Plus, when I want to open 5 different rooms in separate tabs so I can compare them, but I can't. I had a full example with this GIF. I'll just describe what happened. So this is some co-living apartment search thing in Barcelona. And then it opens up into a section called available apartments. And then I scrolled, and then there's all these chips that say not available, not available, not available. And why did you put available apartments? And then there's no filter to filter out the unavailable apartments. And then I can't right-click and open in a new tab. So every time I click something, it opens in the same window. Like, how am I gonna look at the 7 apartments and like all the stuff if I can't open it one by one? What is hot instead is search filters and open links. So again, my GIF was supposed to show that, but essentially there's a filter here that says in stock or unavailable. You could click one or the other, and then you can also open each one so you can compare each item. So this goes for bookings, this goes for shopping, stuff like that. But yeah, don't let your users get the ick. Design hot products instead. Thank you for listening.
Hey! Wow, 1 minute 39 seconds.
No jelly beans.